to say. Ooh, nearly fell off my bike. That's how deep I went.
And we are back for another episode of Dead Last Cycling. And this week, we're racing Tour De Zwift Stage 2 on an old favourite of ours, Hell of the North. Big P unfortunately couldn't join us today because of a bout of food poisoning, so we're wishing him well. But instead, we were joined by Tina the Penguin, who insisted on watching over my shoulder and not actually helping. The Zwift start, as expected, is always hard, but today for me it was feeling even harder than normal.
This is like a VO2 max start, which is obviously not ideal.
The intestines segment, which Hell of the North kicks off with, is rough. But once we were through it, the race did start to settle down, at least a little bit anyway, as everyone tried to recover as much as they could, ready for the cobblestone sections coming up. My legs actually felt fairly decent, but as we hit the cobblestones, my heart rate was still bouncing off the limiter.
Heart rate does not want to come down today. That might be a hangover from being sick. I'm pretty sick the last 7 or 10 days. Feeling better now, but it lingers right when your system.
Lingering effects of a cold, or just this race being harder than I'm used to, I'm not sure. Maybe a bit of both. Either way, we secured our feather at the first time of asking, so things weren't all bad. But I was starting to get desperate for a little bit of recovery.
Man, this course is way harder than I remember. Hopefully we can recover a bit here. Really need to.
Finally, the race did properly calm down for a bit here, and I was able to cruise along for a while doing mostly Zone 2 power. But no matter what, my heart just didn't seem to want to beat any slower.
Let's just hope the heart rate monitor is glitching out, because it's barely been below 168 for the last 13 minutes.
At this point, the mental cracks were really starting to show themselves, and I started to doubt whether or not we had what it took today to be competitive.
If you remember from about a month ago when we did Hell of the North, we came second by under a second. I don't think we have that in us today.
As soon as you start to doubt yourself in one of these, you're really in the struggle. But I tried to buckle down and race as smart as I could, letting other people close down attacks, sitting in, saving as much powder as possible.
That's a big attack. Really big attack. That would be very impressive if they can hold that.
That attack didn't stick, and we quickly drifted back together, and my mind started to focus more and more on Petit KOM.
I'm dreading Hell of the North, Petit KOM right now. Usually a climb I look forward to. Not today.
I knew in the back of my mind the negative self-talk and doubt was a serious problem, so I tried to focus as much as possible on our strategy.
The usual strategy for Petit KOM. We're going to try to draft it as much as possible. Stay as close as we can to the cobblestone-like chateau. And then empty the tank. Last 2 times we've done this, the tank has felt pretty big. Today it does not, but it still means we try. We always try. You win or you learn. Or I guess in cycling's case, you win or you gain fitness potentially.
We hit Petit KOM in a pretty good position and ready to put in a proper effort, because you never know what you can actually do until you try. Sticking to the plan, we sat in the draft on the lower slope, but things were stretching out quickly, and it wasn't long before we had to put in a serious effort to close the gap to the front group.
Come on, Tom. Me and you.
I almost managed to bridge across, but the battery drained quickly and I couldn't fully connect as the climb flattened out. The cracks from earlier started to crater open.
I'm dying.
Little bit dramatic there. I tried to keep us going up the mountain, but as soon as I went to stand up, something for whatever reason I feel incredibly bad at nearly always, my legs started to seize up like a rusty old chain.
Oh no, come on. I'm blown up.
We were starting to go backwards, and I was fighting 2 things now. Petit KOM and the voice on my shoulder telling me to just phone it in Zone 2.
It's the mental crack as much as physical.
Not every race is going to go to plan, and whatever the reason for cracking, I did manage to keep fighting, despite not being able to make any inroads. But as S. Lort glided by us on the final kick, I did manage to find the last ounce of will left in me to fight for 17th place.
Ah!
17th today out of 105. Not the result we wanted, but still not bad by any stretch of the imagination. And sometimes it's good to get broken down and humbled so you can build back stronger, and perhaps
It might be time to go back to the drawing board, do a bit of a Rocky-esque training arc perhaps. Get up in the mountains.
Rocky training arc or not, we'll be back next week for stage 3 of Tour De Zwift on a parkour that looks absolutely horrendous.